Capricorn, welcome to the Tarot Room. My name is Robyn. And Capricorn, today, let's do a general energy check-in. Let's check in on the collective Cappe. Let's see what's going on, what's been going on, what's coming down the chute. Let's see how it's going to play out for you. Let's talk about you. See what we got here. Oh, shiznick. We have orphaned. Okay, this is a very emotional card. It's feeling isolated, left out, neglected, hurt. Okay, that's feeling alone. Let's see why that's. And then we have the 8th house, Scorpio energy. The transformational area of your life. It's about resources and intense emotions. There's a very heavy and emotional energy here to start this reading, Cap. Okay, let's see if you're coming into that or if you're coming out of that. Let's get into your reading. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what this is that we have tapped into today. What's going on with Cappe? What direction is this? This is sideways. We'll see why. 6 of Wands is sideways. Temperance is in reverse. Okay. Sagittarius energy here with Temperance in reverse. That could be an indulgent energy. It could just be feeling out of whack, out of balance. Well, the death and I didn't pick the deck up upside down. I immediately checked. Okay. Death and rebirth is also in reverse. There's a resistance energy, or trying not to change, or needing to change. We'll find out. But death is also Scorpio energy, so heavy Scorpio influence here. And Capricorn, for those of you who are interested, I am open for personal readings. If you'd like one, the link is in the description box below. But it's also on my website, thetarotroom.net. Well, golly gee, we have the 10 of Cups, baby. So we got a little shift in energy here. That's good news. So I feel like we're coming out of the orphan, the way that the cards are playing out. That's always a positive thing. Yeah, justice has been served. If you've been going through a legal battle, and maybe that's why there's been so many emotions and frustrating energy here, looks like you'll come out on top here with the justice. You know, lawsuits, court battles, those are very stressful and emotional. It can be a lot for people. I know when I had my battle with my son's father, it was like 4 years long. It was very stressful. But that was like 15 years ago. It was a long time ago. Okay. 2 of Wands, and there's the Knight of Swords, and there's the 8 of Wands. See, the Knight of Swords and the 8 of Wands, now here at the end of the reading, we have very fast movement. It's like a transfer of energy here. There's a shift. Maybe you shifted timelines. Maybe there's a transfer of that. You know, you raise your frequency, jump on a different timeline. Things are moving and a grooving. Let's see why the 6 of Wands is sideways, because that's how we start this. Why is she up? Why is she sideways? What way should she be? What's the message here with the 6 of Wands for Capricorn? Start this reading today. The Sun. And then the 10 of Swords, okay, on the bottom of the deck. 10 of Pentacles, and the Star. There's a wish you were thinking. You're giving a lot of attention. This should be upright. So there's an element here where you're giving a lot of attention to these negative emotions, right? Some, don't get offended if you're doing it, but some people could be drowning their sorrows here. Some Cappies with alcohol or substances, right? It's human nature to do that. Sometimes it'll make you feel better, but never permanently. Usually just a short-term energy, but it's a common way to deal with challenges. So what I feel it's saying here is you've been giving a lot of attention to the 10 of Swords, the betrayal, the deceit, whatever it was that hurt you here. And instead, the positives, the blessings, the things that you have in your life to be thankful for. I also feel like it's telling us that you've been in this energy. Like, look at the big shift. We have this like massive shift in your energy here. It could have been the end of a job, the end of a relationship. There could have been money challenges here. Someone could have stole from you, but it does revolve around kind of money or familial energy. So we start this reading in a healing energy, but with the death and rebirth in reverse, the temperance in reverse, there's a resistance here. Let me understand the resistance. What is the resistance? The resistance. What is this resistance here for Capricorn? It's a resistance to see the... It's like a blessing in disguise type of energy. It's a resistance to there's challenges here with the mental plane, with thoughts. Capricorn is what I feel. Oh, what did I do here? Yeah, the 7 of Pentacles and the 4 of Swords. So it's like, actually, I think it's more of a resistance to see the progress. Now that I see the Pentacles, there's your healing. So it's like you're not seeing how far you've come. You're not seeing how much you've changed. You're not seeing, you know, the progression within yourself, and they want you to see that. There's nothing wrong with being proud of yourself. There's nothing wrong with, you know, being happy with your progress and coming out of, like, this is a very depressed, sad energy. And so if you're able to shake that off and get out of it, that's a beautiful thing. Be proud of yourself. Be happy that you're able to do that, because not everybody can. So there's really a resistance here, actually, to see your progress, your change, your healing. You might be like, man, I'm still feeling as crappy as I want on day one, but you're not. And so they're starting to see the progress. You're starting to feel better. You're starting to come out of that and appreciate your blessings and the experience in itself. So don't resist to give yourself a pat on the back or to be proud of yourself. I feel like there's a resistance here. You could be a perfectionist. You could be very hard on yourself. And it's okay to be a perfectionist and to be hard on yourself, but you don't have unrealistic expectations, Capricorn, because then you'll never meet that expectation. Don't resist seeing the progress and change. That's the message here, because there's a resistance to see that. Because what we see here is it's like once you see that change in your energy, once you see that shift in your mind frame, things start to really progress forward quite quickly, right? The Two of Wands is when we're looking at our life and we're thinking, damn, do I like where I am? Most of the time when the card comes out, the answer is no. And it did come out with a very heavy energy. So it's like we need to do things differently. We need to have a different perspective, pop on a different lens, make different choices. And that's what I see here is you're doing things differently and you're making different choices. You're at peace with that past energy. Can't change it. The only thing that you can do is change yourself, your choices, and the way that you're dealing with it. So, did something happen to shift the energy? Like, did something good happen? Or is it just Capricorn, making that shift so they can bring in change? Let me understand how the shift happens here for Cap. Let's get to the bottom of that. There's a Seven of Pentacles. Oh, you might be watching some manifestation videos or something here. The Devil and the World and the Knight of Wands. You realize that focusing on the negative, focusing on what wasn't, focusing on what isn't, focusing on what you don't have blocks your progress, blocks your manifestation. So it's really an internal shift where you've been really doing the work. You could be really meditating, really connecting to the spiritual part of yourself, doing your Akashic record work, watching manifestation videos or reading manifestation books. I'm more of a book reader than a video reader, but I watch videos too. I have a couple philosophy channels that I really love. So there's that element of it's a shift within you, because you're realizing, damn, being in this headspace is okay for a short period of time while I'm healing, but the longer I'm there, the shittier I feel. And so you're bringing yourself out of that, and you're coming to terms and acceptance, which is a beautiful thing. And there's Justice. And when we look at this Justice, right, she's looking in the mirror. So I feel like you've really been doing reflecting, really been looking in the mirror. Some of you, you win your court case here. Obviously your energy is going to shift. The stress is gone. It's over. You're on top. You won, so it's that energy for some Cappies. But for the other Capricorns, it's just you looking in the mirror and making different choices. And there's a Knight of Swords, forward movement. So once you change, once that light bulb goes off, once you flip the script here, I feel like a timeline jump is what I feel. And, it moves quick. You start to get the blessings. You start to get your goals. You start to enjoy life or enjoy the simple things again is what I'm going to say. Is there anything else you want to say with that Knight of Swords here for Capricorn? No. Maybe it's just you chasing after your dreams. And there's the Eight of Swords. There's the Knight. Yeah, I really, really, really feel like you've done a lot of work. And, I love this deck because I love these squirrels, and I say it every time I see them, but remember the Mark Rover Squirrel Olympics, which is one of my favorite YouTube channels and YouTube videos. I love them. But the squirrels taught us how to persevere. They always get their nuts at the end of the obstacle course, right? You're going to get your nut. You're going to get your cherry. You're going to get your prize here. And that's what I feel is it's like you're snapping out of this energy. You're coming out of this and you're going after your goals. You're going after what you want. It's like you believe in yourself. And you're realizing that your thoughts, part of what was your thoughts were holding you back. And it was preventing you from living up to your fullest potential. So, and there, look at you, all prosperous, all, damn, whoa, what's this? It's changing I really feel, Capricorn, you're really hard on yourself. The Tower and the Nine of Pentacles, I just really feel like, maybe there's a lot of pressure, you're really hard on yourself. And you're changing the way that you look at you. And look at the Nine of Pentacles. She's very wise. She's very prosperous. She applies spiritual law into her life. But most of all, she's balanced. So there's this element of creating that balance, and I really feel like it's just kind of wheel of fortune. You're realizing how lucky you are, the beautiful things that you have, the good things about yourself. Maybe we're focusing on the bad things about yourself. Remember, every human's flawed. Every single one of us has good and bad things about us, right? But you don't want to focus on the bad all the time. You want to improve it. You want to try and make yourself the best person, but you want to acknowledge your strengths as well. So I really feel like you're looking at yourself differently, and that's creating a timeline shift and a huge, alteration in your energy. And there's the Wounded Warrior, there's the Emperor, and there's the Ace of Pentacles, baby. So the Emperor has the Midas touch, ding. But when we think about the Emperor, he has armor on, and that's because he was wounded, but he didn't let it stop him. It's using that motivation, and it's really starting to go after what you want and using those wounds to strengthen you and to become the best version of yourself. Okay, that's what I tapped into today. So you're definitely coming out of this energy and coming into this energy, which is a beautiful thing. All right, Cap, that's what we got. So let's grab some oracles here. Let's see what they want to say, baby. And I want to grab my Christ consciousness. I feel a very strong Christ activation here. How many oracles did I grab? Okay, let's start here. Let's see the Christ consciousness activation. What part of Christ or Yeshua or Jesus here is really applying or being activated within Capricorn here? Does that say resurrection? It does. The embrace new life. This is like the phoenix rising from the ashes. So this is, this is the perfect card for your reading. I don't even know what else to say. It's a resurrection of you, Capricorn. It's entering a new chapter, a new timeline, and a new cycle in your life. Okay, beautiful energy. What does Capricorn need to surrender to? I got a couple. Yeah. Oh my goodness gracious me. I love when the things come together like this, when everything comes together. Outdated beliefs about yourself. You better believe it, Capricorn. Okay, I'll settle down now. So let go of limiting ideas about yourself that originate from the past. Then you can own your power and you can soar in your life. You should be your biggest fan. There's nothing wrong with liking yourself. You should love yourself. Surrender to your full power. I have the power. Did you see that He-Man's done? They're done recording He-Man. I'm pretty excited to see it. Go He-Man. Okay. Your life is calling for you to step into your full power rather than playing it small. I do want to grab the Akashic Records here. I feel you're clearing out some Akashic Records or some karma or some outdated beliefs here. What is the Akashic Record? I'm trying not to slam it on the table. All right, what's the Akashic Record message for Capricorn? What do we got here? What do we have here? We have one Akashic Record. Acknowledge. This is beautiful. Okay. Again, it just comes together perfectly. All right. Acknowledge. So learn to, I feel like I'm sitting really far away, but these little side things are in the way here. I don't know why it's bothering me today. Learn to bless others and recognize your own efforts and accomplishments as well. This will give you a positive mindset and it will attract more goodness to you. All right. Cappy, let's do it. Let's get down to it. Let's get your potential outcome. Now, when I say potential, there's always free will. You're going to make the decisions you're going to make. And when I say outcome, I say I'm going to stop slamming it on the table, but I don't know how to stop. Let's see where you are in August 2025. Let's go out mid-August. We'll go out a month here. We'll see what's going on, how you're feeling, how you're doing, how this is progressing, because I feel a huge shift here. The Sun. The Seven of Pentacles. Well, it's progressing pretty freaking good, I would say here. All right. Sun God Ra's main appearance is protecting you, looking over you here. Or the Sun God Apollo, if you believe in the Greek mythology more. The High Priestess. Ooh, what's this activation? We got some spiritual gifts coming on the table here. What's that? Four of Cups. Might have, what's this? The Empress. Damn. Five of Swords and the Chariot. What's the Five of Swords? The King of Wands. A lack of confidence. So I want to see what this High Priestess is because I really felt like an activation of some kind of spiritual gift. You might be having some supernatural experiences here. Maybe seeing some shadow people, seeing some fairies or something. But the progress is beautiful and you're happy. You're celebrating. You're celebrating life. Like it's like you wake up with a little pep in your step. You're not just walking to the washroom. You're skipping to me, my darling. So this is just you really enjoying life, enjoying their progress, enjoying your prosperity. I just see a very happy Capricorn. And then there's this over here. I want to see what this gift is, or what's this High Priestess energy? I just feel like, what is this? What am I feeling? Put it in the cards, baby. Put it in the cards. Because you're the the Knight of Cups. You're very, very intuitive. You might have some psychic gifts because the Knight of Cups is a very psychic guy. And the Queen of Cups, you know, on the deck that I'm making, my Queen of Cups, she's a mystic and she walks between the two worlds here. There's a very mystical energy around you, Capricorn. You're a true mystic here, a true gypsy. I think you might be able to talk to medium, like you might be a medium, or this is psychic energy. I don't know how to tell you this. There's a psychic energy about you. So some of you, maybe all of you, are really tapping into some psychic gifts. And maybe that was something that doubted yourself, you know, when you're spiritually gifted, whether, you know, you see ghosts, you talk to ghosts, you're psychic, you see fairies, these things, people make you feel weird for believing in these things. And I get it all the time. You're so weird. No, man. You're motherfucking weird, not me. You weird. So, you know, we're all weird in our own way. Embrace your weirdness, embrace your quirkiness. But there's some supernatural experiences here, and you have a very strong supernatural gift. So don't let the world make you feel less than. Because I feel like you were... like you're in the Empress and the High Priestess energy. This is a master of the material and the spiritual. So it's like you've merged that gift into your reality. You know, you've merged I think that's a very strong intuitive and psychic energy, especially with you see beyond the veil, okay? And you're really understanding and tapping into your gifts. And it's like with that now that I see this, it's like you might have been wondering why are you seeing shadow people? Why are the fairies visiting you? Why is Sasquatch in your damn backyard? I don't know if Sasquatch is real. I'm just saying. I don't know. I make jokes like that. I do. So there's why you? Because they knew you could handle it. I believe those that have those psychic gifts, those mediumship gifts, your old souls, you've mastered that craft before. And I do believe that the Matrix is meant to kind of push that out of you. It's meant to keep you from living up to your fullest potential. So I think that someone made you feel less than. I think part of this is because you have gifts here at Capricorn that the average person does not have. And I get a why me? Why do I have these gifts? Well, that's up to you to find that purpose and realize how to use your gifts to benefit humanity. Because if you've been given that gift, there's a purpose to it, and that purpose is what you make it. So use that gift with grace and respect yourself for that gift. Don't feel weird or odd or like the man out because you're psychic or intuitive or have a very strong connection to beyond the veil. So you do respect that. But what I see here is also a master of the material realm. So you're grounding that gift into your reality, and it's creating a lot of abundance and prosperity to you, right? Your ancestors got your back here, Capricorn, very deeply and divinely guided. So don't let anything from the past or anyone who made you feel less than affect that, because this gift is for you, and I believe it has a purpose. I wish I had my purpose cards. Where's my purpose cards? I don't know where they are. But okay. Is there anything else you want to say to Cap? Because what I see is this gift really activating, really becoming strong, and you're really embracing it instead of wondering why it's happening to you or why this gift is to you or why do these ghosts keep talking to you? Why are these shadow people here? You know, she came out again. Oh my gosh. Because it really is your purpose. There's the Queen of Cups. That's your psychic abilities. She's like I said, between both worlds. And there's the Page of Pentacles. So you have, I remember Michael Jackson once said, people are like, you're a gifted songwriter. And he said, I don't write them. I pull them from the ether. He had that ability to pull from the other realm and ground it into this reality. And so do you. So embrace that, love that, and know that that gift was meant for you. And that's what I see here is you embracing that and really mastering that gift, right? You have to nurture it. You have to master it. If you're a medium or whatever that gift would be, you're nurturing it and you're mastering it here. And it's bringing a lot of abundance and happiness. That's what I got. That's what's up. That's what's going down. So Capricorn, I sure hope you enjoyed your reading. I do hope it resonated and benefited you. And as always, if you like your reading, if you like my style, I do ask that you like, comment, subscribe. It does help my channel to grow. Thank you, Cappy. I always appreciate your support. Let's close it off with your final message. And we'll do the yes or no after. What's the final message for Capricorn? Compassion for others begins with kindness to ourselves. So carry this affirmation with you today. I am here right now, and that's enough, baby. Okay. And let's close it off with your yes or no question. So, yes or no? What's the answer for Capricorn? Yes or no? What's the answer for Capricorn? guaranteed. Capricorn, I truly wish you the best of luck. Until next time.